Like, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And to me, that had so many layers to it. You can think about partnership, you can think about friendship, work, life. It's not just business. To me, I had a lot of levels. So I kind of want to hear your thoughts first before I dive in. So your thoughts.
Say the quote one more time.
If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Statement almost implies that you can't go fast and far.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some speed in going by yourself because you can eliminate some of the decision making, the discussions, things like that that's required. But I think that would be a preferred way to go if you don't have the ability to align with a partner. If you can align with a partner, you can still keep that speed up. You just have to have the priorities aligned in a way that allows any kind of friction that slows that thing down to be eliminated. I agree that you can go further with someone else because you guys get to lean on each other of, hey, I may not be feeling at my 100, the other person can kind of lean in, pick up the slack a little bit. And then you could go vice versa. And then when both of the team members are kind of like feeling a little bit down, you guys could just have that candid one-on-one talk. You don't feel like in a little echo chamber of just yourself in your own head and trying to figure things out. So I think overall, I think I agree with the quote. What are your thoughts with that quote?
I thought of multiple levels, thought about us, again, partner, my significant other, but mainly just in the business terms of, even for me, deconstructing my own self. It's been hard. Dissecting us, I think at a certain point, I move slower than you. So it's me picking up my pace on that, but going together, I couldn't break down the shorts on how you break down the long form to short form edits. That's too much time. And sometimes for me, it's the long-term edits that you need to generate the shorts. So that's when we kind of move together. And us too, we have produced more content that we did in probably 2 to 3 months than we're going to do in a year on our own individual projects. So for sure, going far together was a big help. But then if you take down the second layer, let's say, how about, I'm going to bring back a book. I think I talked about it before, was the Rich Dad, Poor Dad's second book, The Cash Flow Quadrant, and what makes a self-employee, like self-business, versus a real, like a business enterprise type of business. And it's relinquishing control. And that's when I thought about want to go together. It's telling myself that I cannot do everything, and I have to outsource the things that take too much time to think of the higher level things. So outside, then it pulled another layer of this project. Holy crap. Instead of relying on you, I gotta rely on the other, let's say, fivers if we're going to bring in or edit or anything else that we have to think about doing. That is a hard thing for even someone or anyone else to say. I gotta take my pride out of it and just keep on moving. So that's why this quote kind of just stood out to me, because I'm just going into this life scenario of, yes, it's easy to say to relinquish control, but can you? Like, can the one person, this is when, if you're a significant other that loves to drive, or you just want to drive and they don't, so can you relinquish that control so you both can drive? Because my partner loves driving and I normally like driving as well. So I drive everywhere for the first year. And she's like, hey, I like driving too. Can I drive? And I was like, yeah, okay. But optically, it's one of the significant others you'd be driving. It took me, okay, it's okay to say, hey, this is not it's fine. It is what it is. Just get your shit out of it, drive, and be a partnership. This is a partnership. Now it's like, all right, cool. Like so yeah, that was an interesting thought. So those are mine.
I think it's valid to try to hold on control, especially if you either A, haven't experienced the ability to share responsibilities before, or B, you've tried it and been burned.
Yeah.
Right. Because it makes you a little bit more hesitant to try it again. But it's one of those things that you typically find has a lot more upside than downside once you try it.
Yeah.
So whether we're thinking about it from this podcast standpoint, like one of us individually can only get so much done. Us together can get, let's say, twice as much done. But as we continue to go with others on this, right, expand our team, now we have 5 people, 6 people, 7 people. The amount of stuff that we can get done is going to be exponential compared to what we could do as an individual. I guess it's more linear, but I'm sure there's some synergies that make it exponential.
Yeah, I still believe We can also go fast together, but everyone has to be on the same page. Let's get going.
I mean, so it's a really good point. Today, dude, I felt like crap this weekend, right? Like I was sleeping all day yesterday when I got the text message about us recording for this. And it's so easy to just be, hey, I feel terrible. We can't record. But then also, if I took a step back, I'm like, no, we have this goal and vision of getting somewhere where we're busy, both of us. We allocate certain amount of time on the weekends for this. And it kind of throws a wrench in everything else. If there's a last minute cancellation, reschedule, anything like that, it just really messes up the vibe. Right. And so for me, it was really important to still be here because in order to maintain that momentum and continue to have that shared vision of where we want to get to, that's me putting in my part. Even if it was, I went to bed, I was in bed probably about 8:00 yesterday, 8:30 yesterday. And, woke up, got a little bit of prep work. I'm probably going to crash right after this podcast. But if I look at what the end result was, it was completed. We were able to meet. We got
something done.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, just getting it sucks at the moment. I don't want to go to work. You get to work, you do it, you get the job done. Okay, fine. I feel pretty good about my day. Or even just working out, you're like, crap, I don't want to do this shit. And I work out, I feel great, even though I'm for sure gonna crash, but at least you can go home. I did it.
Yeah, it's a little bit of an accomplishment.